Warm good morning to everyone. My name is Aparna and I represent Cultus as a Director of Programs and Administration. We want to start on time, but we are seeing that learners are still joining. We will give it a couple of more minutes and we will start at 11:35 sharp. So, good morning, everyone, once again. We welcome you all on this call. So, why are we doing this session today? We do understand the concerns around placement with the AI batch, as once you complete a course, there is always that anxiety, that excitement, that interest to see what lies ahead, right? So we understand that, and we wanted to use this session as an opportunity for to explain to all of you how the whole process of placement works. So please understand first, this is for only for the AI first batch that has been completed recently a few weeks ago. So what happens is once you complete the course, there are certain certifications that you need to get, right? You have to make sure that whatever your uh, trainers have told you, those certifications you have completed and you have the authentic Credly links that you share with the team so that we can double check and confirm that you have completed the course as well as the certifications needed. That is step number one. Step number two is also the Cultus job readiness. That why is it important? It is a part of the course after completing your AI course. Why do we do the job readiness? The market today is flooded with people doing different courses and similar courses as well. How does a recruiter distinguish you? How does what are your chances of being more uh, likely to be selected by an employer? That is the reason why we do the job readiness course. The job readiness, the Cultus job readiness course, the CJR as we call it, is a very important part of the of completing the course and then getting ready to step into the world of getting your jobs. So what do we do that? So there is an assessment there. So what does the CJR course do? It assesses. So what are the skills you have? What is the knowledge you have? And then curate specific courses that help you fill the gaps that are very important for you to have the not the knowledge that you need to have so that you can apply and get the probability of your selection gets higher because you are better prepared for the jobs. That is why we want the people to be continuing and completing their CJR with minimum of 4 stars to be then eligible to be in the placement process. Placement is not an automatic kind of an outcome. It is the next key milestone after you complete the uh, course and getting the 4 stars in the CJR, the Cultus Job Readiness. Just a little bit background I want to give you about the Cultus Job Readiness. So why do we do this course? We have interacted, as a company, we have interacted with many HR heads of different companies over the years. And what we have realized or what we have understood is that um, companies need certain qualities, certain level of preparedness with skills to employ uh, ready people in the job force. And when that is lacking, they have to spend more time, more energy, and sometimes they don't have those resources, so they reject you. That is why we want you all to complete the CJR course with at least 4 stars to be job ready before we present. You are ready to start applying for jobs. So 2 milestones have to be completed once you've completed your training, which most of you have done, and you have to get the certifications from AWS, the 3 certifications that we talked to you about, share it with the team. And the next thing is you have to also do your CJR with 4 steps. And I explained to you the background of why we want you to do the CJR so that you are more prepared uh, for the job opportunities that come up. Now, what we have done is this session, we have structured where I have just given you a brief introduction. Now I will hand it over to our team member, Mr. Dinesh, who is also co-founder at Cultus, and he handles the Cultus Job Readiness Program and how he will talk to you about that a little, and then we will hand it over to Ms. Farzana. He will hand it over so that Farzana, who also it leads the placement for Tamil Nadu, she will start she will introduce you to the most salient points of placement, which you have to listen to very carefully so that you understand the process and then understand the expectations as well. Please remember that this journey is a collaborative journey. Like we will do our best to get you the number of jobs, postings, and all of that. It is very important for you to complete the 2 milestones that I spoke to you about, and also apply to jobs, attend the interviews, submit all your paperwork. All those things also become very crucial. It is not that, there is ready job sitting and we tell you, oh, go and join there. It is a process. Yes, we will be there. We are always there to facilitate and support you in that process. We will bring you to the jobs, but after that, it is also your responsibility to do the needful. That's why I talk of it as a collaborative journey. Please understand that it is not us alone who can achieve your placement. You have to also cooperate in the same manner with the expectations that we set and clarify to you today. So I will now hand over the call to the session to Mr. Dinesh to introduce you, all of you, about the Cultus job readiness. Nishta, please share the slides, please.
So good morning to everyone. I think we had one session earlier where we did an onboarding session for Cultus job readiness. Post that, I've got some numbers with me, which are very amazing in sense like we have close to 80% or 85% people who have completed 4 star, which is very good result. I think this batch is very actively involved in completing their courses, all the Cultus job readiness courses. I think as Aparna just now explained you what Cultus job readiness is, how it evolved, why we use this program, the Cultus job readiness program for all our skilling programs which we run it. For everyone, this is a mandatory course, mandatory program where you have to complete minimum of 4 stars. Okay, so if you look at this, okay, can you please move to the next page? If you look at this, how did we, again, I'll reiterate it, what I've shared it in our onboarding session in very brief. This program or this Cultus Job Readiness platform was built after connecting with more than 1,200 hiring managers, trying to find out what do they look at when they say that we want job ready candidates, what skills are they going to look at it. So we got multiple skills, we bridged them down, we brought them, we bucketed them into the 5 clusters. If you see it, it is 5 clusters, around 30 skills which are required. In simple language, again, I'm saying like what I explained you join any big organization like TCS or Wipro or Infosys, they spend about 3 to 6 months time in grooming you, training you. They take you to a different location. They tell you on all these are the majorly 5 key clusters what they train you on. Like say for example, I join any company. Okay, they'll tell me about the process, about the company, about the technology. Okay, what they use. It could be any technology, the common technologies or the tools like Microsoft Office, emails. It could be some AI tools also, which are now prominent among many companies for new employees. Apart from that, the communication skills, how you talk with people, how you behave, the thinking about what you should think about the company, how to grow it. All these things are very critical. And then also how to interact with the clients and all. So many of you have done the 4 star thing. Okay. Now, as I said, for Cultus job readiness, it is mandatory for everybody to complete 4 star. I think we have more than 1,000 people who have completed 4 star in this batch. And you are all eligible to apply. Once you complete 4 star only, you are eligible or you will get an access to applying for jobs in Cultus job readiness or Cultus skill center. Okay. Now, we also suggest, because there is also a 5 star thing. If I look at it closely, there are only 6 people who have completed 5 star. Okay, I have the names. Very happy to share the names. Harihara Sudan. Okay, Kishore S.A., Sindhuja Sundar Rajan, Gokul Raj Palanaswamy, okay, Jyotika, Sahaya Sohana. These are the people who have completed 5 star, which is an amazing thing because see, 5 star is not an easy one. This also checks your communication skills. It also checks your body language. It checks your how you interacting, your eye contact, your grooming, okay, your knowledge on the subject and all these things are. So it is very important because this is a very good tool and you get an opportunity because the end of the day, very important for anybody is to clear the interview. Okay, and we have given you an opportunity where there are 10 simulated mock interviews which you can practice on. Okay, the first 5, it is not for practice, but you basically have to clear it. So when you are 5 star above, you are fully employable sort of thing. So for example, if I try first 2 rounds, I don't clear it. I have third one to do, fourth, but I should basically try to understand why I am failing. It gives you a feedback. It tells you what are your strengths. It tells you what are the areas of improvement. It tells you how you can work on it. So work on those things and practice and try it out because very critical. A lot of people we have seen, okay, fail in the interviews because of the communication skills or body language or the way they explain things. Okay, so that preparation is the most critical part for you. Okay, so what I would suggest is if I look at it, almost 98% people have still not completed 5 star. That means you have an opportunity, you're not practicing it. Okay, so if you practice it, I'm very happy these 6 people I'm sure will have a good chance of clearing any interview because they have cleared it. I know this tool is very tough. Even I tried that interview, it's not easy. But if I clear it, because not easy in the sense like it asked me my subject thing. it prepares me to a very good core extent so that I don't fail. So what I would suggest is practice it. You have 10 options, 10 times you can try it. But please remember, it is not like a mock interview sort of thing. You have to prepare yourself. When you get feedback, see where you're going wrong, try to improve on those things and practice it. Okay. So you will get first 5 chances. If you don't clear it in that, you'll have a 1 week gap. Okay. And then after 1 week, it will start again, giving you option to do 5 more attempts. So it is very important. So most of the people, as I said, 85% above have cleared 4 star, which covers multiple other skills. But the critical part, that is your simulated interview. The interview is the final part, is where you have 5 star. Okay, this 5 star is where will help you in attending interviews, preparing very well for the interviews. So please utilize this. There are some queries which had come earlier. I would like to answer this because everybody is here. Some people have said that queries are coming or questions are being asked out of syllabus and things like that. See, please remember when you go for an interview, okay, they will not ask you what was that was taught to you in the college. We'll ask you only those questions. Questions will be asked broadly. There are certain times we will tell the interviewer that I am not aware of this. Okay, the honesty is very important here. The moment you don't know the answer and you try faking it, then obviously any interviewer also will fail you. So if somebody gets a question which is very tough, it is always good to say that yes, I'm not aware of this answer. But it is not that only the questions you know I have to ask you. Then it is not a right interview. And when you go for any interview outside, people can ask you anything. I've seen interviews where people have asked so many personal questions, or if you go to an IS interview, they ask you, like, this is a table. If everything is thrown out here, what will you do? Okay, and then some students, they clean it up themselves. In one interview, one guy said, no, I will call, he rings the bill, the office boy comes, he cleans it and puts it there. Now, this is an example. This was not there taught in their portions, right? This is not in their exam syllabus or anything like that. So people are gauging. See, interview is in viewing your internal thing. So they're trying to see what is your mindset. Are you honest? Are you knowledgeable? Okay, is there any communication skills when you interact with the client and all these things up? So those all things are there. So what I would suggest is we have a very strong Cultus job readiness platform, which is given to all of you to practice on. Okay, I think you all have completed the initial assessments. It identified where like people have got gold, silver, bronze based on their skill set. It has given you a chance to prepare yourself, answer those quizzes. Okay, go through the videos, understand, then answer the quizzes. So you all come to a session where you have completed 4 stars. That means you understand how the companies work, what type of responsibilities you have, how you should prepare for that. But the final one is very critical. That's where the placement comes in, your interview skills. Okay, I would suggest please spend some time on 5 star, which is simulated interview. Okay, and as of now, what I see 6. I hope at least from here onwards, people will start practicing and getting it in that case. So I would like to end from here. I'll give it back to Farzana to share her views on how the process goes in. Okay. And any questions, anything like that, I think we would like you to we'll give at the end of the day, end of this session where to contact and get the information. Okay. Thank you very much. Over to you, Farzana.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Dinesh. Good morning, everyone. So, we are happy to take you through this job opportunities and the process and placement. I hope everyone would have already got the process of placements. There is a guidelines for this say. The basic things I'm just going to brief you upon. So, the job opportunities on the CJR platform. Actually, the CJI platform will be the platform where you will have all sort of jobs posted. Okay, so you have to apply for the jobs on the CJI platform. So we will be posting the jobs regularly. So the first thing is you have to log in and check for the job posts, read the JD carefully, and you have to see for the requirements and the benefits, the salary, everything will be posted on the job posts clearly. So you have to go through the JD clearly. So, and after reading the JD, you have to apply for the relevant roles which you want to be interviewed for. So, you have to apply to the relevant roles by studying the JD carefully. So once it is done, that is you have done, it doesn't stop over there. You have to track the application status. How you do it is like we will be communicating with you the interview schedule through WhatsApp as well as mail. So you have to follow your WhatsApp and mail messages regularly, both the inbox folder as well as the spam folder, because sometimes from the employee, whatever comes, it may get into the spam folder. So regarding the job post, it would be on the CGR platform. And this, like when you apply, you have to be patient. I'll tell you like how much of time it takes after the job post and how you would be like intimated and everything. The next slide, please. So the job posting application, it's with the learner. After we post it on the CJR portal, it's with the learner to read the JD and apply. So you'll be thinking like we have applied, so the thing will be like happening like automatically. The interviewer will shortlist and give you an offer letter. It doesn't work like that. So applying doesn't stop with that. You must be checking the updates. As I said, we will be communicating through emails, through messages, and WhatsApp. So the interview schedules happen only after you apply. But the messages, if you don't see it on time, if you don't respond on time, it can't be rescheduled. So we wanted to tell you here again, we want to stress you again that the interviews once scheduled can't be rescheduled. Okay, so attend the interviews and as allotted, like no chance of like repeating, like, no chance of asking the employer again to reschedule without any genuine reason. Okay, so you have to respond to the emails and messages once you are being alerted on the interview schedule. So attend the interviews. One more thing is we want to highlight here, you can't be absent for the interviews. As we told earlier, we have mentioned it clearly in the placement process guidelines. Please go through it. The placement process guidelines, it's all these is clearly explained, like what you have to do after taking the course, completing it, and taking at least 4 stars to get eligible for the jobs. So after applying, you have to attend the interviews without fail. So miscommunication will be considered as your you have missed the opportunity. It is equal to, we don't want to stop anyone here, but the thing is like the interviews can't be rescheduled again and again with the employer because it shows that the learner is not really interested in the job. So please keep this in mind. Always follow the communication. You have to be alert, you have to be attentive to your mail inboxes and the WhatsApp after applying. And the queries, we'll be having a lot of queries. Already we are applying, you are like applying for jobs who are eligible, and those who have queries, you're raising it on the like portal as tickets, and also you are communicating to the placement at cultureCDU.com. But for those who don't know, you can write your queries to placement at cultureCDU.com. So you have to be clear in the communication. We can see that there are mails which are anonymous even. Without mentioning your name, you're writing a mail. And to whom, it is also not clear. Like sometimes you have some other query regarding technical issues and something, but you write it to placement. So please be clear in what you want to know. So be clear in your communication, be very professional. Don't write random mails. Don't copy it from the chat GPT. Please, blindly. This is a request. So be respectful. And next thing is like if you do not receive a response within 7 working days, you may raise your concern. You may write it again. You can raise a ticket on the support, and you'll be getting a response. So our sincere effort is to attend all your queries. So we are there to attend your queries on placements. But give us some time. That is the thing, because we get a huge number of mails every day. So placement assistance, as we said, we are providing, that is a priority in cultures. So final selection, it again depends only on the skills and the communication of the final applicants. So it's again you who are going to crack the interview. It's not us who will crack it for you. So that we wanted to just make it clear. So final selection, it purely depends on performance. There is no discrimination. We don't give priority to some and neglect others. So it would be a fair sort of process. So interview outcomes, everything depends on the applicant's performance in the interviews. And we will be posting the results to again through mails and WhatsApp messages. And the employer sometimes directly sends the offer letters to the individual applicants. So we need to have a communication over here. So read carefully the company JD for the job. A particular JD is very important, and the requirements, it's very important. After that, you apply. And always the market conditions are there. For example, if a job is posted, if it is a technical role, it may take 2 to 3 months to respond by the employer. So please have this in mind. So the thing is, like, you have to be very careful in applying for a particular role for which you are eligible. Look for it and then apply. And after applying, have some patience because employers take their own time to respond. Maximum, it may take up to 60 days or 90 days for a technical role. Next slide, please. So there are some rules and regulations which are provided as guidelines in the process of placements, which we have shared you in May. Please go through it again. I'm emphasizing on it. So it also involves a part where we have like misconduct or something. What would be the consequences? Please go through it because everything is finally based on the professional ethics because it's all regarding your jobs. So always be professional. Be like a patient for the responses after raising some queries and discipline again on the interview. You have to be on time. Punctuality is very important, which is the one which the employers mostly like to have in a recruiting. So that thing is very important. You please go and have a look on the JD even before attending the interview. Again, you have a look on the JD. You go through your resume because while answering, if it is a virtual interview, you have your resume on another tab and just go through what you have already said to the employer because we'll be sharing the JDs to you, and in response, we'll be sharing your profiles to them. So don't change your resume before the completion of the process of interview. And sometimes the employer sends the assessment links in mails directly to you after applications. You have to go through that. So you have to take it on time because it would be set with a limited time, like 1 day or even some 8 to 10 hours. So you have to take the assessments on time, which would be an important part in screening your candidature. So stay focused, as we said, as we all have been telling you. Stay stay like you should be always focused on getting a job, as you say, in a good company with a decent salary. So we'll not be posting anything like randomly. So something is relevant to anybody who's seriously looking for a job because we have various um, like applicants from different domains, engineering, non-engineering, everything. So your effort will take you to your goal. That is very important. So brush up on your skills and keep applying to the relevant jobs sincerely and follow the updates regularly. Next thing. Next slide. Ma'am, I hand it over to Aparna ji. Ma'am, please take it.
Uh, Thank you, Farzana, and thank you, Mr. Dinesh. So I will just want to recap very quickly what we have just discussed with you all. Like I said in the beginning, I will reiterate, it is a collaborative journey, and all of you have, as we work hard to get you to the jobs of, your caliber and your skill set, it is also your responsibility to continuously check and apply. And once you apply and you hear back, you're shortlisted or you hear back, you have to keep checking for the updates. You will understand that we as a company can't follow up with every single learner. You are around 1,800 of you who are there, just who have already completed AI. So please be very mindful of that. Second, please remain an eligible learner. When I say that, how do you remain an eligible learner? One, you complete the two first things that I spoke about, your certifications and your Cultures job readiness with 4 stars. And like Dinesh sir said, try for the fifth star because communication is a very important tool in any industry, in any job, interview. They will see how you speak, how you understand, how you interact, how you react, everything. So please work on your communication skills as much as you can, and that's why doing the fifth star becomes important. Try and do that. Other points of how do you remain an eligible learner? When you apply and you get a call for interview, if you don't appear, you will become an ineligible learner, because you have applied based on your interest, but when the call has come, you have not gone for the interview, or you have, whether it's virtual or in person, it is not acceptable. Second, if you submit anything that is wrong, all of you have done this course with us, but there are other things that you have done before, right? So your total, whole profile is what a recruiter looks at. He will not look at only, oh, they have done the AI course. They look at your profile completely. AI is definitely the most important part that you have done with us, but they also look at your graduation, if you have done, how have you, which school, which college you have studied, if you worked, if you have work experience before or you don't. So any recruiter, when they look at a profile, they look at full at. So if there is any wrong information you have shared or does not match with what you are actually there, you become an illegible. You will understand that it is not right. If you are told to submit documents and you don't submit it on time by a recruiter or a company where you have been shortlisted or you have been asked, you become an eligible learner. So please ensure that, or if you get a offer and you don't accept it, it becomes difficult, because here there is a lot of effort that goes in bringing those companies and bringing them to you, and very easily, because otherwise we try to see the companies that closest match to your skills, we try and bring them on board. So there is a lot of effort and work that goes in the background. So if you disrespect that with the companies, not by not being present for the interviews, by not accepting offers after applying for the jobs with all the understanding before, then you become an eligible learner. So please keep that in mind. These the whole placement process guidelines have already been shared with you over email. Please go through it. If you have any questions, feel free to write to us on the placement ID that was shared with by Ms. Farzana a little while ago. And make sure that you are on your toes. And like I will again repeat, it is a collaborative process and it takes anything between 30 to 90 days, depending on various factors. It depends on your whole profile, the company's urgency to hire. Sometimes they take a longer time. Sometimes they do it faster. So we cannot force them that take them tomorrow. So you have to be patient. You have to be professional, and you have to apply for as many jobs as you can, so that your your chances of getting selected are also higher, of course based on your interest. And also be open. If you will only look at one particular place, oh, I should get a job here only, I'm not ready to move out of my comfort zone, that also doesn't help. Jobs will be where industries are, right, where those companies are, that's where the job will be. If I'm, for example, I'm sitting in any smaller town or city, the company may not hire me because they don't have jobs in that place. They may ask me to relocate or to come. So you have to be ready to come out of your comfort zone. You have to be ready to move to different, relocate, because jobs will demand that, right? And if it is all, and also not all jobs are remote. So you have to be prepared with different scenarios. And the scenarios you will already know in the job description or the posts that generally come for your profile. So read the JDs properly, and after you apply and you're shortlisted, make sure you attend the interviews. After you're given an offer, please accept it, because you have gone with that understanding and applied for the job. Only if something changes from what you have seen, there is and we will be keeping a close watch on that. We will be mailing you details. The team will be doing all of that. So it is very important that you cooperate as much as we would be working hard to be presenting more and more opportunities to you. Dinesh sir did reiterate on completing the fifth star. Communication is important, so please try and do that. Practice. English, uh, business English is very important. We all don't need to be extremely fluent and eloquent in our language, but the basics of the language has to be known, because today in India, most companies that hire will need you with basic business English, right? So please keep an eye for that. Please practice and do, and we will be there to support you always, and do the needful. I think we have covered all the points today. Do go back to your emails and check the placement process guidelines. It has been shared with everyone, and you will also understand it a little more better. If there are any queries, write to us on the placement ID, placement@cultusedu.com, and we'll be give us some time to answer. We are also receiving a lot of emails with different cohorts, so we will try and answer you at the earliest possible. And we look forward to seeing all of you being successfully placed in the weeks to come, months to come. And a very big congratulations to all of you on completing the AI course successfully. And also hoping most of you will get your 5 stars also. So thank you once again. Thank you to the entire team of Cultus as well for supporting in this session. And we will look forward to more placements. All the best to all of you for that. Thank you.